We're not put on this earth to serve ourselves. Every goal that we have should serve a greater purpose. We want to make the world a better place, not for us, but for somebody next door, someone across the world. I feel like 2018 taught me a lot about that, a lot about why people need to focus more on each other instead of how you're seen by each other. We need to focus on loving loud, letting people know when they're important to us. We need to focus on what can I do to help someone who needs it? What can I do to make life easier for someone? What can I do to make someone smile every day? What can I do to make my life feel fuller? I figured a lot of that out in 2018.
An event that impacted me the most this year was when I got to host 2 The Hate U Give showings. I got sponsored by Reverend Jesse Jackson's Rainbow Push Coalition, and then 20th Century Fox sent me some signed books from the author to give out during my panel discussion.
The 2 biggest experiences that have impacted my 2018 would be Disney Dreamers Academy with Steve Harvey and Essence Magazine, and the Black Girls League Conference by DJ Beverly Bond.
I had the crazy amazing experience of interacting with former First Lady Michelle Obama in an intimate roundtable discussion.
I lost a friend that I had since I was like 6 years old. That kind of set the tone for 2018 for me.
Something that really impacted me was Black Girls Lead because I was empowered by so many of the women that spoke. I also started Her Voice Matters because of Black Girls Lead. Her Voice Matters is an initiative to empower young girls to use their voices to cause effective change in the community.
There was a lot that happened this year.
I got to attend Michelle Obama's Becoming book tour. I celebrated the 11th anniversary of my gift-giving charity at Kingsbrook Jewish Medical Center in Brooklyn. And I created the Next Gen Come Up.
Both of the events that I hosted, I raised about $3,000 to rent out these 2 theaters. It was just cool to see that I was able to bring 300 young people to come see such an influential movie that I believe will hold a place in history. And it was just cool to have people DM me and tell them that like they're talking about police brutality and gun violence somewhere in their homes. It was just cool to see that I can have an impact on so many other people, and that really impacted me.
First started off with Disney in March. Before that, I knew I wanted to be successful. I knew that I wanted to be well known. I wanted to leave an impact on people. You know, be great. But I didn't know what steps to take. I didn't know how I wanted to leave an impact on people. When I went to Disney, it kind of confirmed what my calling is. I always knew I love to talk. I love to inspire people. I love encouraging people. I love showing people that they matter. I love writing. So I went to a journalism deep dive, and I loved being in that atmosphere. So Disney was the inspirational rejuvenation that I needed. I came back with a new hunger for success. I wasn't playing no games with nobody. And then in the summer, I went to the Black Girls League Conference, and I met so many other like-minded Black girls. And it was just so amazing to be filled with that type of melanin magic all in one room.
It was a group of young Black girls. Everyone there was doing really incredible things in their communities, through their organizations. So she was just saying we're all on the right track. And I think that for me really resonated because obviously we know that we're on the right track because we wouldn't be going in that direction if we didn't think it was the right decision. But to have former First Lady Michelle Obama look at you and say, you're gonna be fine. Like, you're way ahead of where I was at your age, and look at where I am. So if you continue on this path, like, there is no limit. Continue to do you and to push.
I realized I wasn't very happy spending my time with that person. That friendship, it taught me that if I feel like somebody I'm supposed to trust, especially, is trying to control me, I should either say something or get away from that person or get away from that situation. It was beneficial in that way.
I feel so grateful that I was able to get a chance to go, make all the friends that I made, because I'm still talking to my friends, and that's just really amazing for me because they really just made me comfortable, me just being me, and that is something so amazing that not everyone does. That really impacted me this year.
The hardest obstacles for me to overcome in 2018 was my shyness. It's still kind of there a little bit, but let's just say a lot of things that I'm doing right now in like the way I'm speaking. A lot of adults or people that knew me when I was younger are having trouble seeing me doing all the things that I'm doing because of the way that I used to be.
The hardest obstacles of 2018 for me would be losing my grandfather and my uncle. They were two of the strongest men that I knew. They taught me to always get your education, always travel, always take care of yourself. And those are the three things that I'm going to live by.
I think a huge obstacle that presented itself to me this year was time. Everything was happening all at once. I'm doing my final year of high school. There's just a lot of traveling, going to different programs and initiatives, and you know, it's just, there was so much going on all throughout the year, and I think it just got really overwhelming.
During the summer, I was having a lot of issues with my body image. I was getting a lot of weight, and I was starting to feel like really sad, like empty. I couldn't get out of bed sometimes. I was always so tired. I didn't really want to talk to anybody.
I lost a lot of friends this year, people that I trusted and people that I held to a high standard. Started getting involved in drugs and alcohol and things like that. And it was disappointing.
Being surrounded by the people that I was surrounded by, they helped me feel like I should love the skin I'm in, and now I do.
I'm still not completely over it really, but my advice to people that are shy and like still want to make an impact, you just gotta do it. It's okay to make yourself vulnerable. You really just gotta push yourself, and I know that it's so hard. It's extremely hard, but it's worth it. And I think if you're shy, just do it like Nike. That's my advice.
You'll never really get over a death, but I'm comforted in the fact that I know they're with God and I know they're in heaven, so I'm gonna see them again one day. It hurts, but we're gonna be reunited one day.
I really needed to think about, you know, why I'm doing what I'm doing.
I've overcome that through just really trying to love myself, always taking care of myself, and just looking in the mirror and be like, oh my God, you're beautiful, because everyone is, and sometimes you just have to let yourself know that you are.
I didn't feel comfortable anymore because I felt like there were very few people who I could thoroughly relate to. That's when I got the email from Black Girls Rock. In my second year with the Black Girls Rock, Black Girls Lead Association, a lot of the girls were new, a lot of them were coming from all over the world. I packed my things and headed to New York. I had one of the best weeks of my life there. We laughed together, we cried together, we talked about things that we wouldn't even talk about with our closest friends and family members. And we met a lot of amazing people who sat down and would speak to us about their journeys and their stories and what motivated them to push through and to persevere through a lot of what we were going through. When we left the conference, it was really emotional because we had all felt like the world that we were forced to walk into every day couldn't see us. So for us to be surrounded by a group of like-minded women who looked like us, who could see us for who we really were, for all our flaws and all our weird ways of thinking, was jarring for all of us. And we built a really strong sisterhood, and that inspired me a lot because together we are extremely powerful. For us to be able to grow that in our own neighborhoods and our own communities and bring people from all over the world to create that unity between us, that really inspired me to not only strive for much larger goals, but it also inspired me to support my sisters who are doing the same.
My New Year's resolution is to do everything with confidence. Even if you're not sure about something you're saying, you gotta say it with confidence. Be like, my mom's birthday is July 25th. No, you better say my mom's birthday is July 25th. My New Year's resolution is just to be more confident and speak everything with confidence.
My New Year's resolutions, I have 3. First one is to better myself physically, eating better, drinking more water because your girl needs to clear her skin up. And then my second one is to finally publish my first book. The book will be about inspiring young girls to love on themselves, to tell them that they are it. Because a lot of times girls feel like they're not it. And girl, you it, baby boo. You it, baby. Then my last one is to actually create a retreat for teenage girls to teach them about self-love, self-care, and everything that's under that self-love umbrella.
My New Year's resolution is to work through my fears. Especially there's a lot of things that really scared me, like traveling alone for the first time and the uncertainty of what's going to happen next. Sometimes I kind of just sank into my fear instead of working through it, and I think that's something that I really want to work on in 2019. Anything that scares me, it's a challenge and it's an opportunity to overcome it.
The thing about New Year's resolution, whenever somebody makes a New Year's resolution, people set unattainable goals. When a new year begins, I like to set small goals to get a larger goal years from now. I want to work on creating more art. I feel like in the time that I was like really sad, the previous year, 2017, I was creating so many things. I was painting, I was writing, even if it wasn't good. I was doing it and I was having fun with it. 2019, that is what I'm going to do. She's going to be an artiste. I'm definitely going to spend more time creating art.
I have a New Year's resolution because I think they're super important to try to start the year off strong. This year I found out that over half of the students in culinary school are women, but 10% own their own kitchens. I want to be a chef, and it's crazy to me that that's the statistics when over half of the students in culinary school is women. So I want to empower girls to let them know that you can be anything you want to be because representation matters, that you can be an astronaut, you can be something in the STEM field, you can be a chef, you can be a politician, you can be the president. I need girls to know that because we are changing the world and we can do anything we put our minds to.
My New Year's resolution is to think bigger. A lot of the time, as a creative especially, I'm very ambitious in the way that I think, and sometimes I get scared of that because I think that I'll bite off more than I can chew, or I'll set out to do something big and not be able to pull it off. Learned a lot about not micromanaging my creativity and not micromanaging my ambition and keeping true to myself, true to my goals and true to my ideas. I encourage myself and all of you to think bigger about things, about my ideas, about my goals, about life. I encourage myself to think outside the box and be bold in everything that I do. If you're gonna dream, dream big. Hopefully in 2019, we won't know how to think inside the box anymore. In 2019, I'm not dulling my shine for anybody. Call me an overachiever all you want. It got me this far. So I'm doing my best work for my best reasons. And that's gonna be my motto for 2019. Do your best work for your best reasons. These resolutions are extremely cliche, but I do think that they're important. I think it's always important to set goals for yourself, even when they're small. I think that setting goals for ourselves motivates us to put energy into something, to the things that we want to see change in our lives and in the world even for 2019. Let's start focusing on the bigger things in life. Let's start focusing on the bigger picture because eventually that's all we're gonna have.
Hi, my name is Kayla Austin, aka K-Rocks. I'm 15 years old. I'm an inventor and activist, and I've been fighting for gun safety since I was 12 years old.
Hi guys, my name is Tamera Elyse. I am 15 and I am from Chicago.
My name is Amonge Sinxoto. I am a 17-year-old Xhosa girl from Johannesburg, South Africa. 2 years ago, when I was about 15, I started a youth empowerment organization called Blackboard Africa. We called it Blackboard Africa because we wanted it to be an analogy for young African people that, this is an opportunity for us to give ourselves a clean slate.
My name is Chima and I'm 16 years old. I have family in over 5 countries.
I'm Jasmine Bell. I'm 14 years old and I'm the founder of Her Voice Matters.
My name is Anya Dillard. I am a sophomore at West Orange High School. I'm also the creator of the Next Gen Come Up.